Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station. Hope all is well. We're going to come with our doubleheader now. We just came with a Denny McLain game. If you haven't checked that out, it was a wonderful pitcher's duel. That was his third start of this 24-start project. And now it will be Bob Gibson's third start of this 24-start project. And Bob Gibson, the '68 Cardinals, will face off against the 2017 Chicago Cubs and John Lester. This is the Denny McLain Bob Gibson Year of the Pitcher Challenge. Denny McLain 31-6 with an earned run average of 1.96, 280 strikeouts. And again, that game we just finished up. It's on the channel now, loading. Had a good live stream. This will be Bob Gibson's third start, and he was 22-9 with an earned run average of a 1.12, striking out 268. And they take on the 12 best Major League Baseball teams of 2017 as I see them. And obviously it was the 10 playoff teams, and we added 2 others. So the teams are the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Boston Red Sox, Chicago Cubs, who Gibson will take on in this game, Cleveland Indians, who Denny McLain just took on in the earlier game against Kluber, outstanding pitcher's duel. Colorado Rockies, Houston Astros, Los Angeles Angels, Los Angeles Dodgers, Milwaukee Brewers, Minnesota Twins, New York Yankees, and Washington Nationals. So without any further ado, let's get to start number 3 in this Year of the Pitcher 2017 Challenge and Bob Gibson. Leading off for the Cardinals, the left fielder, Lou Brock, 279, 6 homers, 51 RBIs. Batting second, center fielder, Curt Flood, 301, 5 homers, 60 ribbies. Batting third, playing first base, the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda, 248, 16 home runs, 73 runs driven in. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Mike Shannon, 266, 15 home runs, 79 runs driven in. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Julian Javier, 260, 4 homers, 52 runs driven in. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, Dahl Maxfield, 253, a home run and 24 runs driven in. Batting seventh, doing the catching, Tim McCarver, 253, 5 homers, 48 ribbies. Batting eighth, playing right field, Ron Davis, 203, 1 home run, 17 runs batted in, as Maris gets the day off against the left-handed throwing John Lester. He will be available off the bench, though. And the designated hitter, Ed Spezio, 157, no home runs, 2 RBIs. I let the computer pick the DH because St. Louis does not have a stellar lineup. That's amazing. The great pitching got them to the World Series. The lineup's not that good. All right, on the mound, John Lester. It was between him or Jake Arrieta, and I went with Lester. He pitches well in big games, so he was 13-8 in 2017 with a 4.33 earned run average. Not too good in the National League, mind you, 4.33. Struck out 180, walked 60, gave up 26 gopher balls. And here's Lou Brock at the plate. Behind the plate is Contreras for the Cubs. He's a 3E7 -2 arm. Rizzo's at first, 1E3. Zobrist is at second, 3E8. Russell's at short, 1E21. Bryant's at third for the Cubs, 3E21. Schwaber's in left, 5E9 with a 0 arm. Jay's in center with an E0, a 3E0 with a +1 arm. And Hayward is in right, 3E -4 arm. So Hayward has the best arm of the lot. And Lou Brock comes to the plate. Brock's looking for the 2-5 column. Lefty-lefty matchup here for John Lester. Lester gets the sign. He pitches to Brock, and that is a 4-8. And the ball game is on its way. And Brock will greet Lester with a base hit. What will it be? We shall see. That's a 10. And that'll be a single. So leadoff single for Brock. He just misses the double as Hayward gets to it quickly down the line. Good job by Hayward. Brock with a 95% chance of stealing second. Lester's a +4 when it comes to holding on. We got to take that attempt. So we're going to send Brock. And 1 through 19 will be safe as long as he gets the proper lead, and it's 44%. So we're going to attempt to steal. He's running. No throw as Contreras just holds the ball. So Brock is in scoring position with no out. 65% chance of stealing third. But Curt Flood's at the plate. Right-handed batting center fielder. Flood's looking for the 1-3 column. Again, Brock, an excellent base runner. Base hit should score him quite easily. Lester has to bear down here. He peeks over his shoulder. Now he deals to Flood, and that is a 4-8. And this is going to be a base hit. And that's going to be a single for Flood, as we rolled a 10. He had a possible triple, but he gets a 10. 2 would have been a triple. So a single to left. 1 through 16, Brock will score. That's an 80% chance of scoring. And we're going to send him. Schubert has a 0 arm. We're going to send him. And he scores as they just throw to the cutoff to keep Flood at first. 1-0 Cardinals. Good start for the Cardinals. Gibby's got to like this. Some offense finally. Yep, yes it was, Clinton. Yes, it was. Clinton Parks has joined us in the chat. Check out his wonderful channel. He just had a 2017 game between the Phillies and the Reds. Not going to give it away. Go watch it. It was absolutely fabulous. If you want, it's a fast forward some parts when he has to take a break. But it's well worth it. It's enjoyable, and Clinton knows his baseball. So 1-0, no outs. Flood at first. 75% chance of stealing. We're going to try another steal here. 1 through 15. He's safe as long as we get the proper lead. 31% chance of that. And he can't get the lead, so Lester and Rizzo do a good job holding him on. We'll call off the steal now. So the baby Bull's at the plate. Remember, 248 with 16 home runs in 68. Power hitting first baseman. Lester deals to the baby Bull, Orlando Cepeda. And that is a 3-6. Not a Cepeda column. But could be a good Cepeda effort. 1 through 7 it will be. It's an 18 though. This will be an out. So Lester should get his first out of the inning. As Cepeda lines out to the leaping Bryant at third. Flood quickly gets back to first. 1 out. Flood's at first. And here comes Mike. Don't call me Del Shannon. 265, 15 home runs. Right-handed batting third baseman. He's a +2 against lefties. He's looking for the 3-5 column. Rizzo holding Flood on. Lester peeks to first. Now picks up the sign from Contreras. Here's the pitch to Shannon. And that is a 4-6. Cubs looking for the double play ball here. 4-6. And that's going to be a single to left. 1 through 13. 65% chance. We're going to hold the runners. We'll have first and second, 1 out. Flood should score on a base hit, and we have Julian Javier. He batted .260 in 68. On deck is Maxville. So 1-0, 1 out, 2 on. Flood's at second, Shannon's at first. Javier's at the plate, right-handed batting second baseman. Will face the lefty, John Lester. The windup and the pitch from Lester, and that is a 5-5. Again, the Cubbies looking for a double play ball here, 5-5. And they're not going to get that, as this will be a shot, as Javier has hit the ball hard, and that's an 18. So Javier drives the ball. Jay going back, he's not going to get it. That's going to be bouncing around in the ivy. Javier has a double. Flood scores, it's 2-0. And we're going to hold the runners. We'll take second and third. So Shannon's at third. Javier's at second. We're not going to run into any outs with this team. They don't score a lot of runs, so we're not running into outs. So it's 2-0, 1 out. 2 on for Dahl Maxwell, 253 with a homer. So he's a weak hitter. So any type of home run check, he's most likely, even if he rolls the right dice, I've learned, will not get the home run if it's one of those types of home run checks. And Joe Maddon, that's it. He has taken out Lester as Lester is KO'd in the top of the first. Wow! Lester retires only one batter. Joe Maddon's seen enough. And he brings in Justin Grimm. That is a quick hook by the man who likes to drink wine, Joe Maddon. And let me just, well, obviously the computer is managing the Cubbies. Yep, okay. Wow, that is a quick hook. John Lester's day is done. He stunk. And he's responsible for the 2 runners on. He only retired one batter. And now Dahl Maxwell will face Justin Grimm. And could this be grim news on the Cardinals? We shall see. Justin Grimm, 1 win, 2 losses, 1 save. He threw 55 innings, 5.53 earned run average. Could this Cardinal offense finally put runs up on the board for Bob Gibson? Gibson will show you when he comes up his record and everything before he throws his first pitch. Maxwell looking for the 1-6 column. Here's the pitch from Grimm. 2-10. Runners at second and third. 1 out, 2-10. Ground ball to third base. Bryant comes up with it. Ground ball offense must decide to send or hold runner. 55% chance of him being safe. Hold runner. So Bryant will throw to first for the out. Shannon holds. Tim McCarver comes to plate with 2 outs. 2 on. McCarver, 270. That's not right. I don't know if that's because he's a right-handed pitcher that it goes to that 271. I have to learn that because, look, he batted 253. The only thing I can think of is because he's a righty and a +2. They're giving you his average against righties. So, all right, McCarver, chance to knock in 2 here. 2 outs, 2 on, 2-0. Top of the first. Lester gone. It's now Justin Grimm. He gets the first out, looking for the second out of this inning, which would retire the side. He gets the sign from Contreras, the windup, and the pitch from Grimm to McCarver. That is a 3-10. And this could be a grim result for Justin, as that's a McCarver column. 3-10. And it is going to be a grim result. This will knock in 2. That's a 19, so it will be a single, not a double. 19. But Javier should score on this with 2 outs. As that ball goes down the right field line, 1 run scores. It's now 3-0. We're sending Javier with 2 outs, 1 through 15. That's a 75% chance of scoring. And hold the trail runner. And now we need a low dice roll here, and it's a 2, so he will score. McCarver will knock in 2 with a clutch 2-out single, as that's a 2. And it's now 4-0, as McCarver held at first. We didn't want to run into an out. We're not going to run into outs here. So it's 4-0, and to Bob Gibson, he must be salivating to get out on the mound here with that many runs. McCarver, 80% chance of stealing. We're going to send him. Oh, my God, Grimm's a +9. He's god-awful at holding runners. 31% chance of getting the proper lead. He can't. We'll call the steal off. So now Ron Davis is at the plate. The right fielder. He's playing because Maris was facing the lefty, and Lester's gone. So it might be 1 at bat for Ron Davis, who only batted .203 with 1 home run. Davis awaits the Grimm offering, and here it is. It is a 3-6. And he grounds back to Grimm, who throws to Rizzo, side retired, but the St. Louis Cardinals strike for 4. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, 4-0 Cardinals due up for the Cubs. And we'll give you their batting order now. Leading off, playing center field, John Jay. 296. as Joe Kelly just struck out. I think that's the... Is that the game? Or is that the bottom of the 8th? They had a rain delay in the Red Sox-Yankee game. Red Sox blew the lead, but then retook it on the J.D. Martinez home run. All right, so John Jay to lead it off. He's playing center field, 296, 2 home runs, 34 RBIs. Batting second, playing third base, Chris Bryant. He made a nice leaping catch in the top of the first. 295, 29 homers, 73 ribbies. Batting third, Anthony Rizzo, playing first base, 273, 32 homers, 109 runs batted in. Batting fourth, the man who can play everywhere, Ben Zobrist, second baseman, 232, 12 homers, 50 RBIs. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Kyle Schwarber, 211, but he did have 30 home runs and 59 runs driven in, so when he hits it far. Batting sixth, doing the catching, Wilson Contreras, 276, 21 home runs, 74 runs driven in. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Albert Almora Jr., 298, 8 homers, 46 ribbies. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Jason Hayward, 259, 11 homers, 59 runs batted in. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, Addison Russell, 239, 12 homers, 43 runs batted in. And they will face Bob Gibson. Hello, Jerry Ball. How are you, my friend? And Herb Pilgrim, how are you? Herb's back for more punishment. Close game with the Yankees and Red Sox, Herb. So Bob Gibson, this is his third start. He is 0-1. 0-1. His earned run average, not good, 5.17. He has been hit and hit hard. He's thrown 16 innings, allowed 18 hits, walked 5, struck out 18. No home runs, though. Hits per 9 innings, 10.34. So he needs to get on track here, and he's got a 4-run lead to start it off. In actuality, in 68, 22-9, 1.12 earned run average in 34 starts. Struck out 268, walked 62, only gave up 11 homers. And he'll face John Jay. Behind the plate, Tim McCarver is a 2E16 plus 1 arm. At first, Cepeda. 2E18 at second, Javier. 2E19 at short, Maxville. 2E25. Shannon's playing third, 2E22. Brock is in left, 2E15 with a plus 1 arm. Flood's in center, 1E8 with a minus 1 arm. And Davis, not long in right, as the lefty's out of the game, Maris will be coming in, is a 2E11 with a 0 arm. So John Jay is at the plate, left-handed batter. He's looking for the 2-4 column. Gibson with a 4-0 lead. Here's the pitch to John Jay, and that is a 3-10. And he's going to have a chance for a hit. 1 through 3. He gets an 8. That will be an out. As he lines out to Cepeda, 1 down. The baby bull had some cat-like quickness there. And that will bring Chris Bryant to the plate. Right-handed power-hitting third baseman. 29 home runs last year. He'll face Bob Gibson. Bryant's looking for the 3-2 column. Gibson picks up the sign from McCarver. Here's the pitch to Bryant, and that is a 3-8. So it is a Bryant column. 3-8. And he works a walk, so Gibson walks, and 1 out, 1 on. Cepeda holding on Bryant, and here comes Anthony Rizzo. And if Rizzo goes yard, the Cubs will cut this lead in half. Anthony had 32 home runs in 2017. McCarver wiggles the finger, sets the target. The windup, the pitch from Bob Gibson. That is a 1-7. Ground ball to Javier. Over to Maxwell. On to Cepeda. Double play. Inning over. We go to the top of the second. 4-0 Cardinals due up for St. Louis. Ed Spezio, Lou Brock, and Kurt Flood. Let me go to the chat quickly. Jerry Ball's in the chat. He says hello, as I already said. And Herb Pilgrim says hello. And we have Clinton Parks. As Herb Pilgrim says, yeah, I'll go with the cards in this one also. Jerry Ball says, never bet against Gibby, LOL. And Clinton Parks says, Jerry, how are you? Al forgot to tell you that was my second extra inning game of 2017. I'll broadcast more of 2017. Could be interesting. It was a very good game. Very good game. I don't give away too much, Clinton. I want people to go watch it for you, buddy. And it was a very, very good game. I highly suggest. It was entertaining. Clinton always does a great job. Wonderful channel. Here's Ed Spezio, the whopping 157 batting average. And he's a C bunter. And a 2L. So he was in there because Lester was pitching. But Lester got knocked out in the first. You know what? We're going to try something here. We're going to see if good old Ed Spezio can drop a bunt down for a hit. Most likely not. But, I mean, let's take the chance. He's 157. Here's the pitch. Spezio squares. He bunts the ball. Grimm fields it, fires the first, and he is safe! Yes! So Spezio beats it out. Bunt base hit surprises everybody when he lays it down. And he's got a 90% chance of moving to second on a stolen base. Lou Brock's 1-for-1 with a run scored. Spezio will be taking off if he gets the proper lead. And he 69% chance of getting the proper lead. He's running no throw safe. My God, Grimm is awful, +9. So Spezio is in scoring position as the Cardinals looking to pour it on here at Wrigley. No lead is safe at Wrigley Field, just like Fenway Park. The ivy is treacherous. So Spezio's at second. Lou Brock 1-for-1 with a run scored. Brock looking for the 2-6 column. Grimm might have some Grimm offerings. Here's the pitch to Brock, and that is a 3-8. It will be off the Brock card, but not one of his columns. 3-8 doesn't mean it won't be good, though. And it won't be good. Ground ball, AC hits it to the right side. Zobrist throws him out, but advancing to third is Spezio with 1 out, so he can score on and out. A pass ball, wild pitch, balk. And here comes Curt Flood. He's 1-for-1 with a ribby. Flood looking for the 1-6 column. Grimm nods his head. Contreras sets the target. He sets and deals to Flood, and that is a 2-7. 2-7. It's off the Flood card. Will the floodgates open? We shall see. 2-7. It will not. Ground ball to the shortstop, Russell. He throws to first for the out, but scoring is Spezio, and it's now 5-0. So the bunt base hit, you want to talk about small ball? Bunt base hit, steal second base, hit the ball to the right side. Runner moves to third, hit the ball to deep short, runner scores. Old school baseball, my friends. Old school baseball. So 2 outs, base is empty for the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. He is 0-for-1. Cepeda looking for the 2-6 column. Here's the pitch from Grimm to Cepeda. The baby bull gets a 2-3. Gets his column. Will the bull charge? Does he see red? He's got an opportunity here. 1-3 is a base hit. He gets a 1. He will single. So Cepeda will hit a line shot for a single. Right back up the middle. Inning continues. 2 outs. Cepeda at first. Guess what? 90% chance of stealing. He's going. 50% chance of getting the proper lead. Go, my friend. He's running, and he's thrown out. My God, through the miracle of God, they throw a base runner out after a 90% chance of being safe. Somehow, the ball in a wind current got there in time. So Cepeda is thrown out. We actually run into an out, but you got to take a chance. 90%, come on, that's automatic. The Cardinals do get 1. We go to the bottom of the second. 5-0 Cardinals. Let's go to the chat where we have Jerry Ball, Clinton Parks, and Herb Pilgrim. Clinton saying his game's 2 parts. As Jerry Ball says, playing like the 34 cards, Al. LOL. This team is not a good lineup. They're not a good lineup. Pitching's good, but the lineup's bad. And I blew 1 game on them because I got too cute. I went with a lefty who was tough on lefties. He freaking walked the guy. Oh no, they went to a pinch hitter, and I don't know if you could. In real life, you can't switch the pitcher right away. I don't know if you can do that in this game. I should have tried. Anyhow, we got to get Gibby a win here. He's 0-1 in 2 starts. And he's been roughed up, so we got to get that ERA down. He'll face Zobrist, Schwarber, and Contreras. Ben Zobrist, 12 home runs in 2017. Switch hitter, batting lefty. Gibson deals, and that is a 3-7. 3-7 to Zobrist, and he'll fly out to Flood in center. Nice play by Flood. 1 down, and here comes Kyle Schwarber. He's hoping to schwab the floors with Gibson. I don't think so, Mr. Schwarber. Well, what that smirk off your face. Here's Gibby. 1 out, no one on. Schwarber does have power. You got to be careful. Don't make a mistake. He's looking for the 2-4 column. McCarver sets the target. Gibson deals. And that is a 3-9. It will be off the Schwarber card, but not one of his columns. 3-9. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Go grab some pine, son. So 2 up, 2 down. And here comes the catcher, Wilson Contreras. He had 21 homers with a 276 batting average last year. Righty-righty matchup. Gibson toes the rubber, peers in at McCarver. He deals to Contreras now, and that is a 6-7. And that's on the Gibson card. I doubt that's good. I could be wrong. You know what it is? It's good for Gibby. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Side retired. Top of the third. 5-0 Cardinals. Stepping to the plate for the Cardinals, Mike Don't Call Me Del Shannon, and Julian Javier, who knocked in 2 runs, and Dahl Maxwell. Shannon's 1 for 1 with a run scored. Justin Grimm back out on the mound. He took over for John Lester, who was only able to get 1 out in the top of the first before he was KO'd. The windup and the pitch from Grimm. Will it be Grimm news for Shannon, or will it be singing? And that is a 5-3. What will it be? We shall see. Possible hit 1 through 3. I'm a rhyming fool. And that is a 9. So that will be an out. Bryant makes the play at third. 1 away. Here's Julian Javier. He doubled, knocking in a run. Oh, he only knocked in 1. That's right, because I held the runners. Now he'll face Grimm. Javier looking for the 6-2 column. Contreras wiggles his fingers, sets the target. Grimm rocks and fires. That is a 4-6. Ground ball to second base. Zobrist. 1 through 4 is a base hit. We get a 19. And that will be a G1, so that's pretty good for Zobrist. 16, 17, 18 is an error. And we're not going to get that either. That's a 7. So Zobrist will throw to Rizzo at first for out number 2. Unless some freaky rule happens. Nope, he's out. So 2 outs, no one on. And Dahl Maxwell, the shortstop, steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He's a C bunter. McCarver's on deck. You know what? Let's drop 1 down. We're going to bunt for a hit. Let's see if we fool him again. He squares. He puts the bunt down. Contreras fields it. He fires the first, and they just get him. Out number 3. Go to the bottom of the third. 5-0 Cardinals. Bob Gibson back out on the mound. He just wants that ball. He wants to get through this game and get the win. He's got 5 runs. That's enough runs for 4 weeks for Gibby. He'll face Almora Jr., Hayward, and Russell. He deals to Almora, and that is a 6-10. This is good for Gibby. Ground ball to short. Let's see if Maxwell will make the play. And it's a 5. So that's a G3 number sign. So I believe that means it's definitely a range. It's not automatic. That's a range play. Now let's see if error check. And that's an 8. He avoids the error. And let's wait to see what happens here. Maxwell goes, backhands it. And he throws to first and scooping it is Cepeda. What a great play all the way around. Out number 1, and now bring up the right fielder, Jason Hayward. Hayward had 11 home runs last year. Left-handed batter facing the right-handed power-throwing Bob Gibson. Gibson nods his head. The windup, the big leg kick. Here's the pitch to Hayward. And that is a 6-7. Again, not good for Hayward. 6-7. And that will be a fly ball to Flood. He goes back, and makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. The number 9 batter, the shortstop Addison Russell, steps to the plate. He had a much better 2016 than 2017. Russell with 12 homers, batted .239. Looking to keep the inning alive, gets to the top of the order. Gibby has other ideas for the Cubbies. Here's the pitch to Addison Russell, and that is a 6-7. And that's going to be another flyout, I believe. 6-7, and I believe 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs. And that's a strikeout this time because he's a righty. Swing and a miss. Side retired, 3 up, 3 down. Gibson's retired 9 in a row. Top of the fourth, 5-0 Cardinals. Due up McCarver, Davis, and Spezio. Let's go to the chat. As Jerry Ball says, be right back, I hope. Well, you better be right back, Jerry. We miss you. All right, McCarver's 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs. Looking to go 2 for 2. Justin Grimm back out on the hill for the Cubbies. Contreras sets the target. Here's the pitch to Tim McCarver. And that is a 6-7. That's a McCarver column, 6-7. Is it lucky number 7? No, it's not. Swing and a miss, strike 3 at the knee, as Tristan Strat-O-Matic loves to say. So 1 out, and Davis will be called back, and Roger Maris will come off the bench. Roger Maris will come off the bench. He did not start because Lester started. So Maris will come off the bench, pinch hit, and stay in to play right. So here's Maris getting his first at-bat this game. Maris looking for the 6-2 column. Maris, not what he used to be, that's for sure, coming to an end of his career in '68. The windup and the pitch from Justin Grimm, and that is a 1-11. 1-11. It's off the Maris card, but not one of his columns. 1-11. And that ball is in foul territory. Rizzo makes the catch for out number 2. Ed Spezio steps to the plate, and Ed earns himself another at-bat as he had a bunt base hit the first time and scored a run. Spezio will be swinging away with 2 outs, though. Contreras wiggles the fingers. Grimm nods his head. He kicks and fires to Spezio, and that is a 2-8. 2-8. Spezio's hoping he'll be great. Ground ball to Russell. He's up with it. Throws to Rizzo. Side retired. And we'll insert Maris as our second baseman. I'm sorry, our right fielder. Excuse me. My faux pas. Go to the bottom of the fourth. 5-0 Cardinals. Top of the order, Jay, Bryant, and Rizzo. Gibson is retired 9 in a row. Will he get John Jay? We shall see. Will it be number 10 in a row? Gibson quickly deals to Jay, and that is a 6-4. And 6 column, not so good for the batter. 6-4. Fly ball to Flood. Flood, an excellent fielder. Roll the 20-sided die, that's an 18. F3. Now he just has to not make the error. And that is a 9. So that'll be out number 1 as John Jay flies out to Curt Flood. And that's the 10th batter retired in a row for Gibby. And here comes Chris Bryant. He's actually, it's not the 10th because we had a double play ball. Bryant walked. But I forgot about that. So Bryant walked his first time up and was erased on the double play ball that ended the inning. Power hitting third baseman. Gibson wants to wipe that smirk off his face, as he does with every batter, even in batting practice. McCarver wiggles the fingers. Gibson nods his head. The violent delivery to the plate. 5-9. Swing and a miss, strike 3, as Gibson glares at Bryant as he goes back to grab Pine. So 2 outs, no one on for Anthony Rizzo. Anthony one of my members of my Italian-American Red Sox team. Yes, I know he never played for the Red Sox, but he came up in the system, thus qualifying for the Italian-American Red Sox team. Rizzo's 0 for 1. Gibson deals to Rizzo, and that is a 6-5. Again, not good for your batter. 6-5, poor Anthony. He will ground out to Javier. Side retired. We go to the top of the 5th. 5-0 Cardinals. Let's go to the chat quickly. As Jerry Ball's back, he will be listening. He might be rolling a game. All right, so due up top of the order for the Cardinals with a 5-0 lead. Brock, Flood, and the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. Brock 1 for 2. Run score. Justin Grimm still out on the hill. He came in for a very badly beaten John Lester, who was KO'd in the top of the 1st. Here's the pitch to Lou Brock. Can he get his 2nd hit? That is a 5-7. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Grimm has settled things down now. The Cubsies just have to get their bats going. Kurt Flood 1 for 2 with 2 ribbies. Right-handed batting center fielder. Corners playing in. Bryant in at 3rd, Rizzo in at 1st to protect against the bunt. But Flood is not bunting. He's swinging away. Can he bash it past the drawn-in corners? Here's the pitch to Kurt Flood from Grimm. That is a 3-9. Red Sox win. They don't get swept. Tie for 1st place. Thank God. So this is a 3 Yankees 8-game winning streak. No more. 3-9 for Kurt Flood. And that's a ground out to Zobrist. So 2 outs, bases empty for the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. He is 1 for 2. Cepeda is looking to drive something past the ivy over the wall. Contreras sets the target. Here's the pitch to the baby bull. Grimm throws a 4-10. And Cepeda has a very slim chance of a single here, 1 through 3, and he gets an 8. That will be an out, and that will end the inning. So Cepeda lines out to Russell, makes the leaping catch. So Russell robs him of a hit. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 5-0 Cardinals. Due up Zobrist, Schwarber, and Contreras. Zobrist is 0 for 1. The only man to reach was Bryant, who walked and was erased on a double play. Switch hitter, Zobrist, batting lefty. Gibson wants to stay in that rhythm. Don't call timeout. Gibson will nail you with a pitch. Here's the pitch from Gibby, and that is a 4-8. And this is a Zobrist column. Can he get the 1st hit here? 4-8. And 1 through 12, he gets a hit. It's a 1! So that's a single. So Zobrist, that's a 1st base hit off Bob Gibson. It's a single up the middle. Cepeda holding Zobrist on, 55% chance of stealing. Here comes Kyle Schwarber. He struck out his 1st time up. He's 0 for 1. Left-handed batter. Maxwell and Javier want to turn 2 up the middle. Gibson looks to 1st. Now in at McCarver. The windup, the pitch to Schwarber. And that is a 1-7. 1-7. And Schwarber works a walk. Gibson in a little bit of trouble here. Wilson Contreras, the catcher, steps to the plate, and he's got pop in his bat. 21 homers, 276 batting average last year, tying run in the on-deck circle. That's where you want to keep it, is Almora Jr. Contreras is 0 for 1. Zobrist at 2nd, Schwarber at 1st. Gibson bearing down on that mound. Grin determination. He kicks and fires to Contreras. That is a 4-8. 4-8. And he has just walked. The bases loaded. As this has been a problem for Gibson, he comes undone. Bases loaded, no outs. Tying run comes to plate. And Albert Almora Jr., he's 0 for 1. And he had 8 home runs in 2017 with a .298 batting average. Take care, Herb Pilgrim. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. And Herb says, go Cards. And D. Scott Howard's rejoined us. How are you? Excellent. Thank you very much, D. Scott, for joining us. All right. No outs, bases, juice for Almora Jr. Big moment here. 5-0 Cardinals. Gibson's got to come up big. He sets and deals to Almora. And that is a 5-5. And Gibson, swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away, double play ball will get them out of the inning. Here comes Jason Hayward. Hayward's 0 for 1. Hayward had 11 home runs, batting .259 in 2017. Again, he represents a tying run at the... I'm sorry, not the tying run. It's 5-0 tying runs in the on-deck circle. I apologize for that. Gibson. Grim determination on that mound, as I state. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to Hayward. And that is a 5-9. 5-9. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So after a single and then 2 walks, so the bases were loaded, no outs. Gibson now strikes. He struck out Almora Jr. and Hayward, and he's 1 out away from getting out of this jam. The number 9 batter, Addison Russell, comes to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He struck out the first time against Gibby. Gibson now has 6 strikeouts and 3 walks, and has only given up 1 hit in 4 2/3 innings. Bottom of the 5th, 5-0 Cardinals. Russell digs in. Gibson wants to send him away. McCarver wiggles the fingers. Gibby rocks and fires. That is a 5-10. Will Gibson pitch out of this jam? Yes, he shall. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gibson ends up striking out the side after loading the bases. What a performance by Bob Gibson. We go to the top of the 6th. Cubs fans are distraught. It's still 5-0. Bases loaded, no outs. They didn't get 1 run. Sip of coffee. Justin Grimm still out on the mound. He's gone 5 innings himself, actually 4 2/3, as Lester did record 1 out in the top of the 1st. He's given up 3 hits, no runs, and he struck out. He's given up 1 run, He struck out 2. Mike Don't Call Me Del Shannon at the plate, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Shannon awaits the Grimm offering. Will it be good news or bad? We shall see. That is a 5-3. 5-3. What will it be? We shall see. Chance for a very slim chance. 1 through 3 is a single, and that is a 9, so that will be an out. Ground ball to Bryant. Throws to Rizzo. 1 away. Julian Javier 1 for 2 with a double. And an RBI steps to the plate. Javier is C-bunter. He's going to drop one down. No, he'll just swing away. Here's a pitch to Javier. And that is 555, 5-10. And I honestly don't know if this will be a hit. It's that strange kind of 10 FBB/S2. I think if I roll a 2, I know it's definitely... Well, that don't count. That slipped out of my hands. Here we go. It's a 17, so no matter... I don't think this is a hit. I think it's an out. I don't know the little quirkiness of the game here. And he lines out to Russell. Another nice play by Addison Russell at short. So Javier hits it hard, but Russell makes the play. So 2 outs, base is empty. So I kind of got that right. I'm starting to understand those. And Dahl Maxwell steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2, trying to keep the inning alive, get it to Tim McCarver. Grimm has settled things down. The problem is Lester gave up 4 runs. He kicks and fires to Maxwell. And that is a 3-9. It will be off the Maxwell card, just not one of his columns. Let's see what happens. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It was grim news for Maxwell. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still 5-0 Cardinals. Due up the top of the order, Jay, Bryant, and Rizzo. Gibson's throwing a 1-hit shutout through 5. John Jay is 0 for 2. Gibson deals to the left-handed batting center fielder, and that is a 1-8. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He gets Jay via the K for the first time. Jay's 0 for 3. Here comes Chris Bryant, 0 for 1 with a walk, and he's also struck out once. 5-0. Cubbies squandered a huge opportunity in the bottom of the 5th. Bases loaded, no outs. Gibson struck out 3. Gibson nods his head. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to Chris Bryant, and that is a 1-5. Not a Bryant column. 1-5. Let's see if it produces a result. The result is swing and a miss. Strike 3. Go sit down, son. Another strikeout for Gibby. That's 9 strikeouts on the day. Here's Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo's 0 for 2. The good news for Anthony, he hasn't struck out. Anthony, a lot of power in that left-handed bat. Rizzo digs in. Gibson peers in. Nods his head. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to Anthony Rizzo, and that is a 1-8. Rizzo with a chance to get the second hit for the Cubbies, 1 through 6, and he's done it. And it's an 8, meaning over. This will not be a hit. As Rizzo lines out to Javier, turnabout's fair play. Addison Russell robbed Javier of a hit, and he robs Rizzo. Side retired. We go to the top of the 7th. Gibson cruising along 5-0, throwing a 1-hit shutout. Due up for the Cardinals, McCarver, Maris, and Spezio. Let's go to the chat. As Clinton Parks is telling people about his fabulous channel, check out that channel. It's absolutely wonderful. Clinton Parks and the Cardiac Baseball League, as we call it. Good stuff there. 1965 replay and 2017 games of selection using National Pastime 3. Also some Digital Diamond Baseball. And maybe he'll put up some Action PC Baseball when and if he picks that up. It's if you have Action PC games, there's a huge sale going on now. So if you're looking to purchase, check it out. Check out the sale. Practically everything's on sale. So, all right. Tim McCarver's 1 for 2 with 2 ribbies. Left-handed batting catcher. Will face Justin Grimm. Grimm has settled things down. Again, Lester got pounded in the first inning for 4 runs. Grimm has given up 1 run. It's 5-0. Here's the pitch to McCarver, and that is a 4-9. 4-9 for Tim McCarver. And Grimm strikes out McCarver as McCarver goes down swinging. 1 away. Lots of swings and misses for both these teams. And Roger Maris did not start the game. Davis did because of the left-handed throwing Lester, but now he's in the game. He's 0 for 1. Maris would love to take one over the Ivy. He awaits the Grimm offering. Here's the pitch. And it is a 4-5 to Maris. 4-5 to Roger Maris. And Maris will swing and miss. Strike 3. No turning back the hands of time so far in this project for Roger Maris. 2 outs, no one on. Here's Ed Spezio. He does have a hit. It was a bunt hit. And he scored the run. As we had the bunt hit, he stole second, moved to third on the ground ball to first, and scored on a deep ground ball to short. Small ball. Spezio will be swinging away, though. He's earned that right. Here's the pitch to Ed Spezio from Justin Grimm. And that is a 2-8. 2-8. Can Spezio get an unexpected second hit? 2-8. It's off his card, but not one of his choice columns. He will ground out to Russell, and the side is retired. And now the trivia question as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Who was the first Major League player to enlist in World War I? Who was the first Major League player to enlist in World War I? One more time. Who was the first Major League player to enlist in World War I? Now, everyone loves the dead ball. I got D. Scott Howard, Clinton Parks, Herb left, but I have Jerry Ball, who's listening. And let's see, can we get this trivia question right? I'm going to give you an opportunity as I sip some coffee, get my vocal cords ready for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. One last time, who was the first Major League player to enlist in World War I? That would be 1918 for the U.S. They entered the war in 1918. We'll give you guys a moment. I will start the Jeopardy theme. Do 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 Hank Gowdy, Braves. Jerry Ball says, Jerry Ball must have rushed back to the computer and typed it because he was listening. Hank Gowdy, Braves, he says. Well, Jerry Ball's my phone a friend on this. I'm going to go with Jerry Ball in the chat. So here we go, one last time. Who was the first Major League player to enlist in World War I? Jerry Ball says Hank Gowdy, Boston Braves. Hank Gowdy, catcher for the Boston Braves. Salutations and hats off to Jerry Ball in the chat. You are a magnificent gent. And what do you win, you say, Jerry? My rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, my friend. Here we go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. And buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back for its root for the home team. If they lose, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. And that's for Jerry Ball, who answered the trivia question. Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware. Clinton Parks, who's in the chat and has a lovely channel, as well as Strat-O-Matic, Delaware. And Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Another wonderful channel, as well as ID Gesture, Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, Tabletop Baseball Plus with the 2 Earls, Broke Black Man 94, movie and TV reviews, Phil the Issue Guy, movie and TV reviews, Johnny Indie Boots, big Game of Thrones fan, JD, big Game of Thrones fan and an author. For your boxing needs, T-Dub and What's Blazing in Sports. So check them all out. Lots of fun. Check out my page, related and featured. Subscribe. Thank you very much. Alrighty, due up for the Cubbies. They only have 1 hit, and it's Ben Zobrist who got it. He's 1 for 2 off Bob Gibson. Zobrist, Schwaber, and Contreras. Ken Castro's joined us in the chat. How are you, my friend? As Ken says to Jerry, show off. Jerry Ball says, very nice, Al. Thanks. That's awesome. I'm glad you got that. I had no clue. You know, I know World War I, 1918. I would have guessed a Black Sox because that's the only players I can think of. Great job by Jerry Ball in the chat getting Hank Gowdy, first Major League player to enlist in World War I. All right, Zobrist is 1 for 2. How do you do? Well, Gibby wants him to go back to the bench and go sit. Here's the pitch to Zobrist from Gibson. Can he get his second hit? That is a 5-3. What will it be? We shall see. And it's balls knocked right back to Gibby, who fields his position well. And that's a 19. 19. And that is a G1, so that's good. And now stay away from the error. And I don't think he did, though. That is a 12. And he does. So Gibson will make the play as he snares that hard hit ball right back at him. Throws to Cepeda. 1 down. Another nice play. So 1 out, base is empty. And here comes Kyle Schwaber. He's walked once and struck out. Gibson rocks and fires to Schwaber, staying in that rhythm. And that is a 4-9. And this is a Schwaber column. 4-9. Will it produce fruit? As he walks again. So he's on base for his second time. Cepeda holding him on. 55% chance of stealing, but they're down 5. And here's Wilson Contreras, the catcher. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Gibson has struggled with control. He had a single, then walked the bases loaded, but then struck out the next 3 batters. I think that was in the bottom of the 5th. That was a huge opportunity for the Cubbies. They came away with nothing. 1 out, double play will get them out of the inning. Maxville and Javier pinching the middle. Contreras digs in. Don't dig in too much, son. Here's the pitch from Gibby. And Gibson fires a 3-12. And that is a Contreras column. Will they finally make Gibson pay for a walk? 3-12. No, they won't. Maxwell fields it, backhands, throws to Javier, on to Cepeda, double play, inning over. Gibson just walks off the mound with that pure, grim determination on his face. We go to the top of the 8th, 5-0 Cardinals. Gibby's thrown a 1-hitter. Due up to face Justin Grimm, who's pitched quite well since coming in for John Lester, who got hammered. I believe he's only given up 1 run. Let me take a quick look. Lester went a third of an inning, 4 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, struck out none. Justin Grimm has pitched 6 2/3, 3 hits, and only has given up 1 earned run. He struck out 5, walked none. Gibson, 7 innings, 1 hit, 4 walks, 9 Ks. Best effort so far. He's trying to get his first win. It's his start 3 of this 24-start project against the best teams of 2017. The year of the pitcher. Will it prevail today? It looks like it will. Lou Brock's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Grimm deals to Brock, and that is a 111. As I forgot to click on this thing. 111. It's off the Brock card, but it'll be a ground ball to Rizzo. Rizzo will flip to Grimm, covering the bag. 1 down. And now bring Curt Flood to the plate. He's 1 for 3. He's knocked in 2 runs. Corners playing in to protect against the bunt. Flood is not bunting. He's hoping to smack it past the drawn-in corners. Here's the pitch to Flood, and that is a 3-6 Flood card, but not his column. 3-6 doesn't mean the result will not be good, though. 3-6. And Flood singles right up the middle through the wickets of Justin Grimm. He gets his second hit. 90% chance of stealing as Grimm's a +9, holding anyone on. And there goes Flood. Will attempt to steal, 31% chance. He can't get the lead, so somehow Grimm's able to hold him there with Rizzo. We'll call the steal off. So Cepeda's 1 for 3. He's also been caught stealing, which was amazing, as he had an 80% or 90% chance of making it. 1 out, 1 on. Cubbies want to turn 2, a la the Cardinals and Gibby, in the bottom of the 7th. Cepeda awaits the Grimm offering. Here's the pitch, homeward bound, and that is a 6-6. And that is a Cepeda column, 6-6, Route 66. And this is a hit for Cepeda. Anything higher than a 1's a single. And it's a 2. Wow. So he singles. Let's see if Flood goes first to third here. Cepeda gets his second hit. He singles to right. And we're sending him 1 through 13 safe chance. We're sending the runner. And they throw to the cutoff to keep the double play in order. So Flood advances to third. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Now Cepeda got thrown out with a 90% chance, but I don't think it's going to happen again. We're going to steal second. And 50% chance of getting a proper lead. He can't get the lead. Rats. So we'll call the steal off. First and third, 1 out for Mike, don't call me Del Shannon. He's scored a run. He's got a chance of knocking a run here. Again, Cubby's looking for a double play ball from Justin Grimm. Grimm picks up the sign from Contreras. Here's the pitch to Mike Shannon, and that is a 1-9. 1-9, and that will be strike 3 looking. So 2 outs as Justin Grimm gets his 6th K. And he'll bring Julian Javier 1 for 3 with a double and a ribby. Runners will be off on contact. Flood at third, Cepeda at first. Here's the pitch to Julian Javier. And that is triple sixes, 666. So that's 612. And that'll be a ground ball to Rizzo. And a 1 or a 2, it's a base hit. It's a 2! So that is a single. Javier does it again. He's going to knock in another run. So that's a 2. And now we roll to see if there's any kind of butchery. And there could be butchery, as that's a 16. And he'll miss the butchery by 1. So no error. So Javier will single. Flood will score, as that's a seeing eye hit past Rizzo. And Grimm is tired, so they'll be taking him out. The computer controls the Cubs. It's now 6-0, as Julian Javier is now 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies. Cepeda's at second. Javier's at first. And they're keeping Grimm in. Wow. He's tired, so Dal Maxwell has an opportunity here, 0 for 3, to get a hit off a tiring pitcher. Nope, Joe Madden's seen enough. He's bringing in Mike Montgomery to pitch in this 6-0 ball game. Montgomery 7 and 8, 3.38 earned run average with 3 saves, striking out 11, walking 55. He gave up 10 home runs. You don't have to worry about the Maxville. He only has 1 home run. He's a weak power hitter, so any type of split will not be a home run. Even if you roll the home run number, it'll be a single. He's looking for the 1-6 column. 2 outs, 2 on. Runners off on contact. The windup and the pitch from Montgomery, and that is a 4-9, 4-9. This will be off the Montgomery card. 4-9. Runners are off on contact. And Maxville walks. Bases loaded for Tim McCarver. McCarver's 1 for 3 with 2 ribbies. He has a chance to add to his RBI total in this project. It's looking good for Gibby to get his first win here. He's throwing a 1-hit shutout. Here's the pitch to McCarver, and that is a 5-11. 5-11 to Tim McCarver. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 5-11. And that'll be a deep fly ball to center. Jay goes back at the track, reaches up, makes the catch, side retired. The Cardinals threaten but do not score. Montgomery gets them out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 6-0. Did I say it was 5-0? 6-0 Cardinals. Gibson's throwing a 1-hit shutout. He will face Almora Jr., Hayward, and Russell. As Jerry Ball's making some pizza in the chat. Yes, Jerry, I know World War I was 1914 to 1918, but the United States did not enter the war till 1918. Or 1918 we entered the war. Because the sinking of the Lusitania did not enter us into the war right away. What entered us into the war was the Germans tried to get Mexico to revolt or invade the U.S. One of the reasons. So, anyhow. All right, Almora's 0 for 2. Gibby's gotten him twice. Will he get him for a 3rd time? Gibson pitches to Almora Jr., and that is a 6-8. 6-8. I don't think this will be a good result for Mr. Jr. As he flies out to Maris in right. That's Maris' first opportunity. Makes the catch, 1 away. And tell us what kind of pizza you're making, Jerry. Sounds good. So here comes Jason Hayward. He's 0 for 2. Again, Gibson. Oh, Joe Madden's going to Tommy LaStella, the pinch hitter. Tommy LaStella, pinch hitter extraordinaire, 288 with 5 home runs. So 288, 5 home runs, 22 ribbies, and 125 at-bats. Trying to get the second hit here off Gibson. Righty-lefty matchup. Gibson kicks and fires, and that is a 4-11. And this is a LaStella column. 4-11. And LaStella will hit the ball hard. Cepeda backhands it, races to the bag for out number 2. So 2 outs, base is empty. Gibby still throwing a 1-hitter. Here's Addison Russell. He is 0 for 2. Gibson looking to retire the shortstop for a 3rd time. McCarver wiggles the fingers. Gibson quickly nods his head. He kicks and fires to Russell. Addison gets a 4-4. This is a Russell column, 4-4. Will he get the second hit? Play for McCarver. That's a 4. 20-sided dice rolls a 4. So that's a W/G. I think that means weak grounder. I think. I don't know. And now we roll for the error. That's a 15. And McCarver lucks out. 14-16 error. He gets a 15 Fallsby. So he's a sandwich. And he lucked out he's a sandwich. Now let's see if he makes the play here. Dribbler. McCarver has it. Throws the first for the outside. Retired. Nice play by McCarver. We go to the top of the 9th. 6-0 Cardinals. Due up Maris, Spezio, and Brock. Jerry Ball says, correct, Al. Very good. A+, my friend, LOL. Yeah, I like history, too. I get things wrong, too. You didn't have it wrong. I'm just saying that I didn't mean it that way. Everyone thinks the sinking of the Lusitania got us into the war. It didn't. I'm almost positive it's when the Germans tried to get, I think it was Pancho Villa, in fact, or to invade the U.S., which he kind of did because they sent Pershing after him. Anyway, Maris is 0 for 2. Can Maris... We'd like to see Maris jack one out. Come on, turn back the hands of time, Roger. Montgomery deals to Maris. Which M will win? That is a 3-7. And it's not a Maris column, but maybe he gets a hit. 3-7. It's his card. And nope, he's jammed. He'll pop out to Rizzo at first, near the line. So one down, Ed Spezio, 1 for 3 with a run scored. You know what? We might call Spezio back. Let's give someone else in that bat here. Let's see what we have. He's a lefty, 1R. And Spezio's a righty, he's a 2L. We'll let Spezio swing away. Spezio stays in. Here's the pitch from Montgomery to Spezio, and that is a 4-7. 4-7 to Ed Spezio. And he works a walk. Gets on base for a second time. So Spezio, Montgomery is a 0, so it's not like we got that 90% chance of stealing anymore. So Spezio comes to the plate. I'm sorry, Spezio's at first. Brock comes to the plate, 1 for 4 with a run scored. Spezio's going nowhere. Here's the pitch to Lou Brock looking for a second hit, and that is a 3-11. Again, not a Brock column, though it is off the Brock card. 3-11. And he will ground to first. And Spezio advances to second as Rizzo went deep to his backhanded side and then flipped to Montgomery covering the bag. So 2 outs. Spezio's in scoring position. Will be off on contact. Kurt Flood is having a day. 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies. Montgomery picks up the sign from Contreras. The windup and the pitch to Kurt Flood. Does he get hit number 3? And that is a 4-4. This will be off the Montgomery card. 4-4. I don't think it's too good for Flood. Ground ball to Addison Russell. You never know. Well, Russell fields his position well. There's no hits on that. 5. And that's a G1. So that's good for Addison Russell. And now the error check. And that is a 11. And that'll be a 6-3 inning over. So Russell fires to Rizzo as he ranges well up the middle. And snags it. And goes to Rizzo. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Bob Gibson's throwing a one-hitter. Gibson has thrown 8 innings, 1 hit, walked 4, struck out 9. He will face the top of the order, John Jay, Chris Bryant, and Anthony Rizzo. As Jerry Ball says, the pizza he is making. Pepperoni with extra cheese, olives, green peppers. Oh, man, that sounds good, Jerry. Don't burn that pizza, son. Here's John Jay 0 for 3. Gibby's looking for his 10th strikeout. Can he keep the 1-hit shutout intact? Here's the pitch to Jay. That is a 1-4. Ground ball right back to Gibson. He throws to Cepeda. 1 away. Gibson 2 outs away from a 1-hit shutout. Chris Bryant 0 for 2 with a walk. Gibson wants that ball back. Forget about throwing around the infield. He wants to work and work quickly. He deals to Bryant. And that's a 1-9. 1-9 to Chris Bryant. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's number 10 for Bob Gibson. He is 1 out away from a 1-hit shutout. We are witnessing something special here at Wrigley Field against the 2017 Cubs. Anthony Rizzo steps to the plate. 0 for 3. Anthony wants to go yard and break up this 1-hit shutout. Zobrist, the only man to get a hit, is on deck. Gibson takes a breath. Picks up the sign from McCarver. The big windup. The leg kick. Here's the pitch to Anthony Rizzo. And it is a 6-7. I think this ball game is over, folks. 6-7. Fly ball out to Flood in center. He's camped under it. He squeezes it. Out number 3. Ball game over. Bob Gibson throws a 1-hit shutout, striking out 10. Those are 1968 numbers. So he annihilates the Cubs, and that is a great performance from Gibby. And now he's 1-1 in 3 starts. So wonderful job by Bob Gibson. Player of the game. Again, let's just give you Gibson numbers for the Cardinals. 9 innings, 1 hit. The only batter to get a hit, Zobrist. 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. He drops his earned ERA down to 3.28. John Lester has a whopping ERA of 108 as he pitched a third of an inning, 4 hits, 4 runs, and they were all earned. John Lester will be taking on Denny McLain next, and Gibson will be going against, who pitched against McLain? Who pitched against McLain for, Kluber. So it'll be Gibson and Kluber in our next start, and McLain and Lester. I think when they come around to face the Cubbies again, we're going to go with Arrieta next time. Justin Grimm came in, went 7 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned, struck out 6. Montgomery got the final inning in a third, walked 2, gave up no hits, no strikeouts. So Bob Gibson, player of the game, and we're going to go through this quickly. The one person who had a hit for the Cubs, Ben Zobrist, 1 for 3. That's it. Other than that, 26 batters came up. Only one person got a hit, Zobrist. For the Cardinals, Lou Brock, 1 for 5, a run scored. Kurt Flood had a day, 2 for 5, 2 runs scored, 2 ribbies. Cepeda, 2 for 4. Shannon, 1 for 4 with a run scored. Julian Javier had a good day, 2 for 4, 2 ribbies, a run scored. Maxville, 0 for 3. McCarver, 1 for 4, knocking in 2 runs. And there's how we got the 6 runs. 2 for McCarver, 2 for Javier, and 2 for Flood. Davis started in right field because Lester is a lefty and Maris did not start. He went 0 for 1. We inserted Maris as soon as Justin came in the game. Maris went 0 for 3. We're not getting really anything out of that right field position. And Ed Spezio DH'd, and he had a horrible average for 68, but he had a bunt base hit and scored a run and a walk. He was 1 for 3. Take a quick look here. Where strikeouts. Brock struck out, Shannon struck out, Maxville struck out, McCarver struck out twice, Maris once. All right, that was for the Cardinals. Now Gibson, these are the Cubs he struck out. John Jay, he struck out Bryant 3 times, Schwarber, Contreras, Almora, Hayward, and Russell twice. So once again, Bob Gibson's now 1-1 in 3 starts. He had 1 loss, no decision. Now he picks up a win. 9 innings, 1 hit, walked 4, struck out 10. Cardinals win 6-0. And they are now 2-1, as well as the Detroit's 2-1 now also. And actually, McLain and Gibson had their 2 best starts in Game 3 in their 3rd start. Very much 1968-ish. So first, I want to say thank you to D. Scott Howard, Ken Castro. He says nice showing. Jerry Ball says thanks, Al. Thank you, Jerry. So once again, thank you to D. Scott Howard, Ken Castro, Jerry Ball. JD's in the chat. Check out that wonderful channel. Thank you, my friend, moderator extraordinaire, author extraordinaire. He has a YouTube audio book, The Politician Murders. Excellent. Check it out. Chapter 7. He's working on Chapter 8. And how goes your real book? And hope your house hunting goes well, JD. And I think I got everyone in. Clinton Parks, check out that channel. Thank you very much, gentlemen. And Herb Pilgrim. He subscribed yesterday, and he can't get enough of us. He was back again today. Thank you very much, Herb. Greatly appreciate everyone who takes time out to spend some time with me. We saw a great one here. Gibson throws a 1-hit shutout, 9 innings, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. He wins 6-0. He's now 1-1. Till next time, this is Al. Oh, you know what? I should make this bigger because no one can see that, can they? No, they can't, Al, because you're an idiot. Okay, let's make that to, let's fit that to screen. At least at the end, people can watch it. Here we go. So once again, I'll leave that up for a moment. JD says, thanks. Thank you, JD. Thank you. Jerry Ball, love getting a great game and a little history in the same place, LOL. Thank you, Jerry. And we love to hear about you making the pizza. I want to make a pizza now. It's too late, though. I got the dough and stuff. But all right, I left this up enough. I will leave it here. And thank you once again. Till next time, health and happiness. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless everyone. I wish everyone happy Mother's Day. Hug your mothers. Give them a big hug and kiss. your grandmothers, your godmothers, just people you love in general, because someday they'll be gone. So anyhow, thank you very much. Health and happiness. Don't swing at the curveball in the dirt. Watch out for that big left hook. God bless, and as always, peace!